LeHue in foul trouble. He is really the only size they have. Now, they do have a guy that goes 6'5", 6'6", but he goes 285. But, he has been proponent of fouling a lot in his career so far at Pikeville.
You're talking about Darrell Dominic, who will come off the bench here today. Coffee and LeHue to tap it up, and number 1 versus number 4 is underway with UPike in the opening possession. Omer will check Jazz Parker on this opening sequence.
Interesting.
L.J. Coward on Jordan Perry.
Yeah, I thought we may have Omer, but this is a good idea to put L.J. on him.
On the right side, Barton. Now to LeHue on the block, working against Chris Coffey. They're going to go at it all day long, and the first tally goes to LeHue.
Yeah, he got deep on the block there. Chris did push him off the block a little bit, but he gave him an angle.
Conway, looks like he's trying to post up on DeAndre Barton. He has a size advantage. Coffey around the screen, basket and one.
And a foul on LeHue.
And I like the move there. Get LeHue away from the basket, get him moving.
And he can't handle Chris out on the floor. No, Chris is not a guard yet.
Coffey will have the athletic advantage.
Yes.
LeHue will have the strength advantage on the other side. Chris Coffey trying for the three-point play. He is a 59% free throw shooter. That one is off to the left. Kyron Jones out-hustles 2 Bears for it. It leads to a Jake Omer 3 that is no good. Conway flying in, but Perry comes away with it.
And he kicked Happy Osborne as he went out of bounds, did Jacob?
The wrong guy to mess with. Here is Perry.
Good news is he's not your coach.
Perry can get his shot anytime he wants, but has also been very patient within this offense. Here he is. Working against L.J. Coward. Here's LeHue on the block. The first round went to LeHue. Here's the second round. Advantage this time goes to Chris Coffey, and he pulls down the board. No numbers. 3-on-4 right side. Conway doesn't want it. Trying to work through the lane. Jump step. Puts it in. Tough finish for Conway.
A lot of contact there, so first couple of trips down on either end. Allowing it to go inside. Let's see how long that lasts.
Hopefully that continues on. You want to see 2 of the best teams in the country play it out on the floor, and they're doing it early on. These 2 teams certainly have Fab Four, if not national championship aspirations, and also the talent to do it. 90 seconds in, Georgetown leading 4-2. Barton behind the screen. 3-pointer no good. Jake Omer comes flying in for the board.
Omer can jump out of the gym for a guy 6'1".
His fourth foray in this rivalry. Wild shot. Coffey eventually comes away with it. Omer will do that sometimes, dribble in too deep and get himself in trouble. Coward says, let's reset things. I'm running the show here.
Good matchup here, too, on the point guard spot.
Coffey lost it. And Perry, nice job to go down after it. First turnover of the ball game. These 2 teams do very good job taking care of the ball. Both average around 12 turnovers a game.
Yeah, considering how high octane these offenses are.
It's even more impressive. Pikeville averages 96 points per game. Georgetown 106. Parker all the way through and around. Nobody checks him up, and he knocks down a 17-footer.
That was Omer that got, or Conway that got lost because of the dribble penetration. He just came all the way through.
Parker has improved his shooting percentage from the floor by some 20% from a year ago. He's at 57% from the field this year.
Wow.
Coward inside. Jones missed the lay-in and a late whistle and a foul on Parker. Good switch, good pass, and Kyron Jones will go to the foul line as Jazz Parker gets called.
That was a nice no-look, left-handed dart by Coward.
So Kyron Jones at the line. 56% on the year.
That should be a violation.
Free throw rolls out.
He should get another one because the guy, Parker, stepped inside the three-point arc, and he's not supposed to be inside that on the side.
What do you make of this, Darren? 2 minutes, 42 seconds into the game. Luke LeHue going to the bench.
Well, they're trying to save him from that second foul because Georgetown's going right at him.
Darrell Dominic, the big fella, checks in down low. Jones hits the second for his first point. Darrell Dominic checks in, 6'5". He is every bit the body of a football player, though, and he will match up down low against Chris Coffey. Would expect to see UPike try to go to him on the block and try and muscle Coffey down to the rim.
Looks like a 285-pound nose guard.
And here he is, working against Coffey. Good bullet pass out to Barton. Barton inside, out of control, and Conway is there, and Dominic's going to get called going over the back of Jacob Conway. Dominic's first and the third against UPike.
Tell you what, that was a really nice defense. Ooh, look out. What is Coffey doing?
Coffey checked the ball out to the sideline there and nearly took somebody out. think the ball might have had some perspiration on it or something.
No, there was a ball loose down there around some cheerleaders down there.
Nevertheless, Chris Coffey, what are we doing here?
Well, somebody asked me, what does he think? I said, I don't want to go in there.
Check on him, Thomas. Thomas Taylor will check it out. So back to action here.
I think it scared the guy more than anything else.
Conway posted up on Barton. He'll have a strength advantage here. Spin move. That's pretty from Jacob Conway. Didn't know he had that in his repertoire.
Nope.
Conway with 4, 7-4 in front of Flavor Georgetown.
Now he's talking to Barton.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Georgetown keeps going to that until U-Pike makes an adjustment.
I would.
Here is Barton. Conway gave him space. He didn't want the jumper. Barton not an outside threat normally. Perry, his first jumper, well off the mark. Let it go on the way down. Coffey has the rebound, his third. Omer to Coward. Extra pass. Conway. He is on tonight, folks. Jacob Conway with 7, and Kelly Wells needs time. No, I'll say the net got hung up there. It looked like he was signaling for a timeout, and they play on, though. 10-4 Georgetown. Jacob Conway with 7. 4 minutes in. Parker will try a 3. It is good. He is also a 50% three-point shooter in a limited sample, but he's knocking them down.
Omer did the Cardinal sin. He went underneath the screen and not trying to fight through.
Coward, now a switch. Conway working against Parker.
Got a mismatch.
Coffey set the screen. They get it to Conway. Now back to Coward. Has the baseline open, but turns it down. Conway, a long one. Way off the mark. Jones gets it back, though, for Georgetown. Off the glass and in.
I'll tell you what. We have seen that redshirt freshman grow up when he got in the starting lineup this year.
I don't know that anybody for Pikeville outside of Dominic can match up physically with Kyron Jones.
No.
He just moved Brown right out of the way for the lay-in. 5-point Tiger lead. Here is Perry. Gets a screen. 15-footer on the left side this time. Way too strong. Dominic inside. Coffey tapped it out to Barton. Inside, Dominic. Nice head fake and lays it in. These are two of the best rebounding teams in America.
They are letting them play in the lane.
Yes, they are.
There is a load of contact down there.
Pikeville's offensive rebounding there gets them the bucket. Conway inside, loading there. Coward, though, lays it in. Coward wanted the foul. He won't get it.
Well, I thought he got bumped, too, as he elevated.
And Coward's doing some talking. We saw him do that back on December 5th against Cumberland's, and he went for 26 as Omer gets called for the block on the drive from Parker.
They're going to say he's shooting. Wow, I thought it was on the floor, too, partner.
Jazz Parker steps to the stripe. 73%
seemed like Parker
on the season.
Number 10.
No good. Des Brown.
Des Brown and Perry have been there forever.
And that's the one thing you've seen with these two teams and why they have such high expectations coming into the season, because both teams have so many returners.
Jordan Perry's been a starter since his freshman year.
Yes, he has.
And he's a great shooter, but he has really struggled at times against Georgetown.
Parker will try and salvage the back end, and he does. Since Chris Briggs has been the head coach, in 8 games here, U-Pike as a team has shot just 57% from the line. We talked about their struggles a year ago when they went 12 for 32 in a 6-point Georgetown win. So will that come back into play today? We'll find out.
And it wasn't guys.
Coward wants a 3. He is feeling it. LJ Coward, his 12th 3, 5 in a row for LJ. 17-10 in favor of the Tigers.
Kelly Wells has already come out of the jacket.
And you blame him.
Well, I can't blame him, but he was trying to stick with it, but his team's not getting it done defensively right now.
With it right now, that was J.J. Ramey, number 30. Now Lehue on the opposite block, working against Coffey. Left-hander not there. Jones with the rebound. Good job by Coffey to hold his ground.
Thought Lehue got away with that shoulder charge.
Omer, nice hesitation with a soft touch. Georgetown is 7 for 10 from the field, and now Kelly Wells will take a timeout. Georgetown right now, Darren, getting anything they want offensively.
Well, and the thing was, Omer did a nice job. He saw Lehue coming over to help. As he did, he jumped.
In the past here at Georgetown College, but holding his own right now against Lehue.
Don't know what one of the Pikeville assistant coaches was talking to one of the officials as the timeout ended. Don't know what they could be complaining about. I thought
that could have just been a clerical question as well.
I don't know.
Jaquay Wales into the game for the first time for Georgetown. He's defending the ball right now, wearing 3 in white.
Going to give Omer a little break.
Yes, he is, and he adds speed and defense for Georgetown. Going to make things tough for Parker. Here's J.J. Rainey with it, the 6'4 freshman from London, Kentucky. Right side to Parker. Shot clock down to 10.
He's out of South Laurel, right?
Yes, he is. Right side, Camara. Fode Camara with it. Now Leahy down low. Shot clock down to 3. Double team comes. Nowhere to go with it. It's a shot clock violation. Great double team from Kyron Jones to come across the block.
Well, and a good job again by Coffey to hold his ground and not allow Leahy to get over that left shoulder.
DeAndre Barton checks in. Jordan Perry will get his first breather. We are likely to see for Georgetown. Don't be surprised if the two men right there, Chris Coffey and L.J. Coward, go all of it, or if not most of the distance in this one.
Well, with Wells healthy now, you could get L.J. some breaks.
Coffey going to try and dribble drive on Leahy. Fall away from 10, way off the mark. Coffey just begging for a foul.
Well, there's a lot of contact there.
That's not a smart play.
No.
Just trying to force the issue.
Crossing him over.
Speaking of crossover, Parker, good one there. Ramey, extra pass to Barton. Doesn't want the three. Inside. And an offensive foul. Who else but L.J. Coward would draw it?
Was that Coward or was that Wells that drove that?
Well, that was Coward that time. Barton picks up his first, team's fourth.
Trying to look around this laptop here. This chair is sitting down.
I need to get you a booster seat.
Either this chair is sitting low or I'm shrinking.
Folks,
one of the two.
Get us a phone book or two, folks, so Darren can.
Need some elevators.
Here is Coward. Working against Fode Camara. Inside. Good look inside to Kyron Jones. He picks up the foul inside.
And picked up his second.
Yes, he did. Pikeville's point guard now with 2 fouls. With 12:27 to go in the first half.
Should be on number 1.
And Kelly Wells waiting for the signal,
that's
and
who
it
it's
is.
on.
And will Kelly Wells go to his bench? I don't think he has any choice. And Jordan Perry's coming in.
Parker saying it wasn't me, but I mean we can see it from here. He was the one that reached in.
Yeah, that was plain as day.
Yeah.
So they'll say Kyron Jones was in the act of shooting, so he will knock the first one down.
He was trying to go up with it, and he couldn't get it up because Parker was all over the arm.
And now Hugo Boomba will check in for the first time for Georgetown, and
Chris
Coffey will get a breather. And the under-12 timeout coming here momentarily, and Darrell Dominic checks in.
So they're going to go big now. Is
Fode Camara checks out for U-Pike wearing 23.
Well, Boomba's going to guard Leahy, and Jones will match up with Dominic.
Kyron Jones goes 1 for 2 again, nearly poked it away, but Dominic corrals it.
And I'm telling you, business will pick up in the lane. Nope.
10-point lead for Georgetown. Now Kyron Jones will match up with Leahy.
Interesting.
Jordan Perry with Coward checking that right hand. Here is Leahy working against Jones, falling away. Great defense again by Kyron Jones. Just hold your ground. The other side, Jones with the step down, though, and an offensive foul. He didn't lower the shoulder into Perry. I think that was a good call. Jones lowered that shoulder. I think Perry might have been moving a little bit,
but here's the thing.
You lower the shoulder like that, it's going to get called.
Agreed. But they also tell you if you're going to lower the shoulder, you got to be in good guarding position. Perry was not.
So the first foul against Kyron Jones, second against Georgetown. Just under 12 minutes gone by. 10-point lead for number 1 Georgetown. Perry bounce feed down low to Dominic. Can Boomba hold his ground? Dominic, hook shot, good. Pretty move.
Yeah, pretty move. But I tell you what, Boomba did a nice job. Made him go to the offhand. He's a lefty.
And fall away from the basket at that.
And you'll take that. If he hits a shot, so be it.
20-12. Boomba sets a screen. Coward's 3 well short that time. Leahy with it. Chris Briggs doesn't like that shot.
No, he can take Barton anytime he wants off the dribble.
Perry being checked by Wales this time. Now Barton against Coward. And now.
Oh, no. Come on.
Jones is going to get called for a hold down low, and that is 2 on Kyron Jones. And that's a problem for Georgetown. Again, the Tigers with just 8 bodies in uniform today. Kyron Jones picks up his second foul. We have a timeout on the floor.
You've let them get very physical up until now. You're almost 9 minutes into this game. Both those guys were fighting for position. Both of them were chicken fighting. Both of them were pushing. Both of them were holding. Why now do you call that?
But it results in Kyron Jones second.
Right.
He'll have to sit. As now it'll be Boomba and Coffey in together. And Dominic, bad pass in, went right through Dominic's legs. Not a good entry feed from Barton. Omer returns in, trying to go through everyone. Found Conway at the last possible second. Omer back to Conway. Jacob Conway
good shot here.
Had 7 early on. Now working against J.J. Ramey.
Jacob, take him.
Doesn't want to do it. Turns it down. L.J. Coward getting a breather out of this timeout. Wales with it. Gets a screen from Boomba. Floater not there. Boomba trying for it. Keeps it alive. Down low. Threw it away.
He's got to remember that's Wales at 5'11", not 6'7", Chris Coffey.
Throw that back out and reset. Third Georgetown turnover.
Good offensive rebound by Boomba, but again, you got to remember you got 5'11", not 6'7". Now, Wells has got some springs, though. Put pressure on Rainey.
Out deep. Dominic has not attempted the three-point shot this year.
Stay back off him, Chris.
It basically allows Georgetown to double Lehue if they want. Now Barton with 10. Wants a screen from Lehue around it. Barton at the elbow working against Boomba. Shot clock down. Dominic poked away from behind by Omer, and that's going to be, I think, a shot clock violation.
The ball was not out of bounds,
It is. They called it.
The far side official, the two other officials here on the side were looking at each other like, what? Far side official said, nope, ball went out of bounds yet.
Second time Georgetown's forced a shot clock violation. And
they allowed the
players allowed Brown to come in.
Yeah, that was an awful late substitution allowed by the officials. Official down here on the far side was ready to give the ball to Coffey.
Wales will bring it up. Wales working against Barton.
Oh, wow, he missed him.
Omer trying to work against Barton now. Omer going to try and work from the post and trying to do way too much with the ball. Jake Omer playing a little too excited right now. Perry lays it in on the other side.
That was way too much dribbling. The ball has air. It's round. It's going to come back up to you off the hardwood.
4 Georgetown turnovers now, and U-Pike starting to creep back into it. It's down to a 6-point Georgetown lead. Here is Conway on Rainey. Senior against freshman. Conway, floater, good.
And much stronger, Jacob Conway. Since his freshman year, he was built about like Rainey is now when he first got here.
That just comes with time. Ramey's a good-looking prospect out of South Laurel High School. 22-14, Jacob Conway leads everybody with 9.
Oh, that's a walk.
Barton, they called it.
Woo! Thought he was going to get by with it.
6 yards on the carry, 2nd down and 4.
Yeah. 6 yards on the crawl because he was down by contact.
5th Pikeville turnover.
That was an easy one, and everybody I say it orange and black, but everybody with a G somewhere on their shirt.
You can't say orange and black here today between these two schools. It's interesting, though, thus far, Georgetown has not capitalized on a U-Pike turnover.
Which is uncharacteristic of Georgetown.
Conway looks like he has the eye. That time, that's off. Coffey trying to battle for it inside, and they'll say he touched it last as he was fighting with Brown.
Pikeville wanted Coffey over the back, but Brown jumped back into Chris, which created the contact. Official let that go.
Georgetown. Coffey with a little token backcourt pressure.
Kelly Wells just having a beef with the official as he goes down the floor.
Barton going to drive on Boomba. It was caught on a mismatch. Boomba got the block. Now 4-on-2 for Georgetown. Wales in the middle. Over to Conway. Reverse lane not there. Coffey cleans it up. Coffey with 4. It's back to a 10-point Georgetown lead.
Got a really good rest for L.J. Cowherd, about 6 minutes worth.
And Georgetown's going to send Kyron Jones back into the game after this next whistle. He has 2 fouls. Here's Dominic inside on Boomba. Spin to the baseline. Boomba right there with him the entire way.
Oh,
and they're going to call a block on Hugo Boomba.
Oh, my.
That is Hugo's first and the team's 4th.
They said he was in the circle. He wasn't even close to the circle. Tell you, that was a nice job by Boomba. I tell you, he stayed right with Dominic, and Dominic kept spinning and then spun right into Boomba. That's good guarding position.
Chris Briggs has pulled Kyron Jones back. May have been reminded that he has 2 fouls. So
maybe
Georgetown's going to go with a much smaller lineup than we've seen thus far. To be Coffey and Conway out there with Wales, Cowherd, and Omer. So you're going to have.
We match up really good. Here's a big critical move for Kelly Wells. He's put Parker back in with 2 fouls.
Here is Perry coming off a couple of screens into the baseline. He's cut off. Lehue from 10, off the mark, knew it, got his own board back, and puts it in.
Nobody put a body on him.
Lehue now with 4. 24-16 Georgetown with 8 minutes remaining in the first half.
Whoever Parker's guarding, I think I would try
and this is
to penetrate with
right
him.
here. Jake Omer inside.
He got his third.
That is it.
He got his third.
You called it.
I mean, Parker is a senior. You got to be smarter than that. You got beat on a dribble. Why reach?
In doing so, it puts Georgetown's best foul shooter at the line, Jake Omer, 84%.
You know, I mean, he got beat, and the typical player, that competition level gets the better of you at times, and you make some of the dumbest boneheaded plays you made. And Parker him being a senior, that's not smart of his part.
Especially considering he had just re-entered.
Correct. You know, and he's vital to this offense for Pikeville. When he's on the floor, it's more fluid of an offense.
And likely will not see him the rest of the first half. Omer misses the second. Georgetown now 3 for 7 at the line, still leading by 9.
Yeah, but that could hurt you.
Perry working against Coward.
That's the Jordan Perry fan club below us, family up.
Barton inside. Not sure who he was looking for there. I think he was trying to get Des Brown, but threw a no-look fastball from about 4 feet away.
Wells put his hands up, and it went right between his hands. Maybe got him a haircut.
Once again, 9-point lead for Georgetown.
You got Black guarding Conway now.
The one thing here with a 4-guard lineup, you spread the floor, and it leads to that.
Yeah.
Conway with 11, and Kelly Wells needs another timeout.
Georgetown, he becomes a stationary player. In Georgetown, it's an easier guard for him.
They need him right now, and he has a size advantage over Coward,
but not a strength advantage.
Will they look to exploit that, though? Here is Ramey, and now over to Barton. Bullet pass over. Ramey gets a look at a 3. It is good.
That looked off right when it left his hand. All of a sudden, made a little left-hand turn.
Ramey's first points in Mid-South Conference play in his career. Did not score in the 2 games for U-Pike before the semester break. He's on the board here with his 8th 3 of the year.
They set that same screen to Georgetown just now.
Coffey with the handoff to Omer, working against Perry. Omer just trying to work his way inside. Hesitation move, and got with the left hand.
Boy, he is just so patient at times.
He's kind of been Jekyll and Hyde with that as the years gone on. Can sometimes drive in too deep, get himself in trouble. That time, good patience. Barton working on the baseline, and a blocking foul called against Wales.
Same guy. Same official with the same call, and Wales was not set, but he's in good guarding position, and the Pikeville player just rolls him over. So what are you supposed to do as a defender? You're in good guarding position, but you're not getting credit for the call.
5th team foul against Georgetown. U-Pike was 6. Here is Ramey. Into the corner. They were trying to get Perry a look. It was well defensed. Inside. Fall away. Blocked by Coffey.
Wow.
But a foul is going to be called. And
wow.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Oh, my.
They're going to say Coffey got Perry on the elbow.
No. I wish we had replay to show that. That is a bad call. A very bad call. He anticipated contact, and it never came.
As it stands, Perry's at the free throw line. And for all the scoring prowess we talk about with Jordan Perry, and well-deserved the accolades he gets, he's just a 60% free throw shooter, which is very surprising given how well he can score from anywhere on the floor.
Chris Briggs making his point, but I'm telling you right now, that was an anticipatory call by the official, giving the benefit to the offensive player. Coffey just roofed it.
These 2 teams trading baskets right now. It's back once again to an 8-point Georgetown lead at 29-21. 6:05 to go in the first half. Coward working on Barton inside, and Coward will go to the line.
Makeup.
Barton picks up his second.
Yeah, that was a makeup. Not much contact there from Barton.
So Jazz Parker with 3, DeAndre Barton with 2 for U-Pike, and for Georgetown, Kyron Jones has 2 fouls. No good for Coward.
Georgetown is not helping themselves right now at the foul line.
They're 3 of 8 from the line is Georgetown. Coward does roll the second one in for his 6th point.
Kelly Wells with a tie coming down now. He's doing his best Happy Osborne impersonation.
He's just trying to keep himself somewhat cool. Perry with the shuffle to Ramey, now out to Kamara.
Lehue standing in the lane.
Lehue working inside over the top of Coffey and lays it Puts it in. Coffee can't challenge too much. Don't want to pick up a second foul.
Because he got a bad call, and now he's afraid to go up and challenge the second shot.
30-23, 5:30 to go. Coward with the blow-by all the way through, lays it in.
Yeah, Barton can't guard him.
And that's exactly what Coward's saying.
Yeah, Barton can't handle him out on the floor.
He had that similar look in his eyes we told you about a month ago when he went for 26 against Cumberland's.
He got teed up for talking trash a little bit, too.
Now a switch. Perry working against Conway. Awkward looking three and nearly went down. Again, it looked like he was on the downslope when he let it go.
Yeah.
Coward working against Barton again. Shook him. Leaves it over to a Jacob Conway. Corner three. It's no good. But Omer's there for the tap. Nobody bothered going to the glass for you, Pike, and Jake Omer lays it in.
I tell you what, the shake and bake on Barton, there's a whole lot of laundry on the floor right now.
We almost had a Bill Raftery appearance there. Barton, Euro step in the lane. Nice finish.
Yeah. See, I hate that. I wish they would get rid of it. The Euro step. It is the worst thing for college basketball.
34-25, 4:30 to go in the half. Coward again on Barton. It looks like right now Coward just wants to take him one-on-one and clear the floor out. Conway working against Camara, who finally lets it go and knocks it down and was backing away the whole time. What a half for Jacob Conway. He has 14. The lead is a dozen.
Well, he sat there and may have thought about it a little bit too long, but
Camara gave him the space. I'm not sure he recognized who was in front of him. Conway's a 40% three-point shooter.
Dominic's coming in. I'm sure it's probably for Camara.
Here is Camara straight away. Now down low to Lehue. Spins to the baseline. Coffee anticipated. Coffee with the block. Lehue got it back. Shot clock down to 10. Ramey over to Perry. Got just enough space and left the three-pointer short, though. Coffee nearly poked in the eye by Wales going for the board. Coward over to Chris Coffee. Pulls up from 12. Way too strong. And Coffee looked like he had no idea what he wanted to do with the ball and just decided to jack it up. Perry on the other side. Way out of control.
Here we go.
4-on-3 for Georgetown. Coward out. Conway, three. Bingo. They have no answer for Jacob Conway.
Used here in the first half by Kelly Wells. And those are timeouts that could be very critical in a close game late.
Jacob Conway, 11 in white, has been bombs away from the outside.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. Pikeville might be the number one scoring defense in the country, but I will venture of those games that they've played, they do not play a team with the style that Georgetown brings to the table.
Well, style and nor the talent level, and that's not to say Pikeville has not played strong competition. Georgetown's played a lot of those games as well where things got out of hand. But
style of play, I don't think they played anybody near what Georgetown does.
And now Georgetown will come with some backcourt pressure, as if not to turn things up even more on Pikeville. And you look at the way things are going, it looks like Pikeville wants to keep this in more of a half-court game, and Georgetown through the first 17 minutes or so has said, no, we're running this at our tempo.
Well, right now Georgetown's only 20 points shy of what Pikeville gives up on the season.
Dominic down low, got free as Conway went for the steal and dunks it down. Dominic was 6. Good move, I think, there for you, Pike. Go inside.
Well, but again, though, it was led to the point where Coffee gambled. Don't gamble. Play defense. Make them shoot over you.
3 minutes to go in the first half. Now Pikeville's gone to a zone.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
To prevent the penetration, though, because Georgetown's been so good at getting to the rim. Coffee down low to Wales and blocked by Ramey. Coffee's putback attempt is no good. Actually, that was Lehue inside, not Ramey, so good defense there. Good challenge by Wales.
Actually, that was Rainey. You were right the first time, partner.
Barton going to work on Wales this time with the left hand. Lehue cleared space, couldn't get it to go. Coffee fighting inside. A foul's going to be called, I think, on Barton, and that is his third. He just collided with Coffee and Chris Coffee at the deck. So now Jazz Parker and DeAndre Barton both with 3 fouls for you, Pike.
3 starting guards.
Immediate timeout, 2:29 to play in the first half, and Georgetown has really been in control from the get-go. Jacob Conway with 17 to lead everybody. The Tigers ahead of the Bears, 40-27 on stretch. .229 remaining in the first half. Number 1 Georgetown leading number 4 Pikeville 40-27.
Well, and here's the thing. Georgetown, when they are put in the half-court offense has done a really nice job for the most part in the first half so far of running their offense and getting shots where they want them. Here's the problem. Pikeville's gone to his own now, and Georgetown looked like they got stagnant right there. Got bailed out on the other end with a missed shot.
Here's Chris Coffey at the line. He was fouled before the break on the rebound. It's a 1-and-1 situation. He will earn the bonus. Point number 5 for the senior.
Got a new player in for U-Pike, number 2 in orange.
That is Corbin Spencer, the freshman out of Sandy Hook, Kentucky. Went to Elliott County High School, just his 9th appearance of the year. First action inside the Mid-South Conference.
Well, you know you're in foul trouble with your guards when you got a guy who's a freshman and hasn't seen a whole lot of action so far.
42-27. Perry checked in the backcourt by Cowherd, and now safely in front. And again, I said it before, Jordan Perry at some point has to decide, I got to pick things up for my team. Jordan Perry's 1 of 6 from the field and 4 points. Lehue, good double team inside, but it leads to a Ramey 3 that's nearly an air ball. Lehue eventually, though, comes away with it. Up and under move, beautiful. Coffey went for the block on the left-handed shot fake, and Lehue turned around and laid it in. Luke Lehue with 8.
Well, you got 3 guards, really essentially 3-point guards, and Omer, Wales, and Cowherd right now.
Cowherd down to Coffey in the middle of that zone. Right side to Wales. Thought about the extra pass to Omer. Now here is Omer. Omer with the shot fake around Ramey. The lob, and Coffey couldn't handle with the one hand. They'll get it back, though, Georgetown will. Over to Conway. He's had the hot hand. Couldn't get that one to go. Ramey has it.
That would have been a big 3 right there. And that was a nice pass by Omer to Coffey.
I think it was the right idea.
He's got to grab it with 2 hands. He had it plenty of height to get that with 2 hands.
Here's a mismatch right here. Darrell Dominic on Jacob Conway. Good show by Wales to get it out, and Conway this time front. Spencer over to Perry. Still can't get one to go. Dominic inside is fouled.
Partner, he is shooting it on the way down, and it's a double hitch. I've not seen that kind of form from him in his career.
No, it's very, very bizarre. He's now 1 for 7, Jordan Perry is, with just 4 points. Again, we told you, coming in tonight, averages 20 a night, shooting 59% from the field. Here's Darrell Dominic at the foul line. If you want to put a guy at the foul line, if you're a Georgetown fan, this is it. Dominic on the year is now a 33% foul shooter at 8 of 24. Hugo Boomba will check in for Jaquay Wales.
That hurts me. 33%.
He was 4 for 12. He was 4 for 12 in the 6-point loss a year ago, in which U-Pike missed 20.
33% foul shooter. That kills me.
8 for 24.
That's worse than Shaq.
One more for the big fella.
He's got good release.
It's not a bad form, but that's an air ball.
He's got good form. It's right now, right here. It's between his ears.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with his form.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong with his routine.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with his setup. It's between his ears.
He's now 8 for 25 from the line on the year. Georgetown gets away with one there. 1 minute to go in the half. Here comes Omer flying off a screen from Coffey. Can't get the 3 to go, though. Coffey just out-jumped Dominic and threw it back to Omer. Omer this time around. Perry can't get it to go. Coffey tried the tap lay. Hugh comes away with it. And U-Pike with a rare chance to run. It's 4-on-2. Ramey down to Dominic and now out to Spencer, and he stepped on the sideline.
Young freshman, first really big game in the Mid-South Conference. Unaware of his court presence right there.
And 39 seconds to play in the half. Still a 13-point Georgetown lead.
2-3 zone, and they're going to tandem the guards.
Cowherd bullet pass over to Conway. Extra one to Coffey in the corner. Cowherd straight away to Omer. Omer checks the shot clock. It's at 15.
They can almost go for the final shot here.
Patient Georgetown is. They're wanting to work this clock down. Now down to 8. Cowherd gets a screen from Coffey over to Conway. Steps into it. This time no good. Coffey taps it up to himself. Georgetown gets it back. Chris Coffey inside. Second effort not there. Spencer gets called for a walk, so Georgetown will get it back with 3 seconds to go.
I tell you what, Coffey was asking for a foul on Dominic, and I think he's right. I think the official on the baseline just decided to swallow the whistle, but Coffey got hammered by Dominic.
3.1 to go in the first half.
You got time still.
Georgetown will stack it up vertically. Conway gets it into Omer. They gave him an open look and hesitated just enough to where it was left short.
Good half, though, for Georgia.
For 60, shoots just 39% from the field here at Davis Reed Alumni Gym and 29% from three-point range, which they're at today at 2 for 7.
Yeah.
So who is going to step up then for Pikeville?
Well, Layhew's got to get more touches if you're Pikeville, number one, down in low. Perry's got to get some open looks. He has only, out of his, 9 attempts in the first half, I would say he had 7. I'd say only 2 of them were really open looks. He shot contested shots pretty much the entire first half.
Georgetown cooled off as the half went along. Ended up shooting just 44% in the first half. Tigers were well over 60% for quite a large margin of it. So Bears defense did settle down as things went along.
I think that was shot selection.
But let's see what happens here. Jazz Parker and DeAndre Barton, each with 3 fouls, will start the second half for UPike. And here is Parker working against Cowherd. Gets a second screen from Coffey. Steps it over to Kyron Jones, who missed most of the first half with 2 fouls and gets called for a walk as he was trying to spin into the lane. And Jones commits Georgetown's 5th turnover.
Yeah. I'm not sure that was a walk. That was a nice move by a guy about 235 pounds that looked like he shouldn't be able to make that move. I thought it was a nice spin move.
Layhew in the far corner now gives back to Parker, who did have 6 points in the first half, but also those 3 fouls. Coward continues to deny Perry any opportunities. Here is Layhew. Layhew inside. Tough shot. Got it to go over Coffey. Coffey did everything right. Layhew just a better move.
Well,
he's into double figures.
But he went back to the right hand. So sit on that right hand, on that right shoulder, make him go back to over that right shoulder to where he has to use the left hand.
Good start for Pikeville on both ends of the floor right now. Still an 11-point Tiger lead. Here is Conway working against Barton, who has 3 fouls. Conway can't get that one to go. Good defense by Barton to not commit the foul. And here he goes in transition around Coward. No good. Perry couldn't handle it.
Can't touch that.
And eventually Barton gets it back. Coffey swats it away. And Coward cannot save it in as he goes flying into the crowd over a youngster. And hopefully all involved there are okay.
You know, Barton came from back in from out of bounds and had not established himself in bounds and he was the first one to touch it. Should be a turnover.
Credit to the youngster, about 10 years old down there, for drawing the charge on L.J. Coward. And a classy move by Coward to also check on him, make sure he's okay.
Boy,
that youngster's just fine.
That's a bad miss call by the officiating crew there. Barton came back in, was the first one to touch it from out of bounds, and he's not supposed to be able to do that.
Parker will set it up for you, Pike. They can get it within single digits with the basket. Parker working against Jones in the lane, and a foul is going to be called as Jones went up to challenge the shot, but commits his 3rd foul.
Well, I tell you what, Jones went straight up, and Perry just went down like he'd been shot.
Jazz Parker 1 for 2 from the line tonight, 73% on the season. Point number 7 now for the senior from Kingstree, South Carolina.
First 3 points of the half belong to Pikeville.
Make it 4. Parker now with 8. 42-33.
First time it's been under double digits in a long, long time.
Jones coming to set the screen for Coward. Now he's working against Barton to the right side and Conway. Coffey posting up, now faces up over Leahy. Leahy will let him take that jumper all he wants. He won't, though. Jones will take a 3. It is good! Okay, Kyron.
That's 1.
That's
promised
1.
This 2 in a game.
That's just his 5th of the season on 11 tries. It's Georgetown's 5th of the night, back
and
to 12.
And his uncle over there letting us know. I got him, but that's just 1. He's got to get 2 more. He's promised us 3.
He's looking at us saying, that's 1. Hey, I know.
2 more.
2 more. Here is Leahy on the block. Working against Coffey. Out to Perry. Got a good look. Still can't get one to go.
Still shooting it on the way down, too.
Jordan Perry's 1 for 8. 45-33. Coward working on Perry. Looks like he just wants to break him down and take him just like that. Conway's tip is no good. Good rebound inside by Des Brown.
Where's Coffey on the glass, though?
He's credited with 10 rebounds. Here he is defensively working against Leahy. Fall-away hook from 8. Not there. Brown again inside, and Kyron Jones is going to get called for his 4th foul.
That is a bad call again. Kyron
It looked like that both Brown and Jones had their arms tangled.
Yeah, and then Brown goes to the floor. Just because a guy goes to the floor doesn't mean anything.
That's a big loss for Georgetown. It's going to press Hugo Boomba into action now, and Jones is going to have to sit for quite some time. Commits 2 fouls in the first 2:34 of the half.
See, and this is where Posh not being in uniform really hurts Georgetown.
Lehue inside, deflected away by Omer, is a bad read by Barton, as there was no way that ball was getting in. Conway down the lane, basket and the foul, and we'll wait and see who the call is on.
It's on Barton.
If it is Barton, it's his 4th. He is down on the play, and it is indeed. It will be the 4th foul on DeAndre Barton.
That was not a smart foul by Barton. I mean, he had no chance of defending that shot from Conway.
He's a little gimpy getting up.
And he not only picks up his 4th and has to go to the bench for a while for the Bears to sit, he's also a little gimpy.
Ramey will take his place.
Now, you gain in size with Ramey, but experience, you lose a lot.
Conway now with 19 on the night. His season high is 27.
Come on, Thomas. You're not doing a very good job. You're holding up progress down there, buddy.
Sometimes, you
get older and they slow down.
Well, it's hard to keep track of teenagers sometimes.
I know.
It's weird to say that he's a teenager, but he is now.
Yep. 7th grade, by the way.
Finally got the job done there.
Yep.
Here's Conway looking for point number 20, and he has it.
Somebody on the bench said something to him smart, Alec, because he got a little big old grin on his face.
4th 20-point game of the season for Conway. It's back to a 15-point Tiger lead. Georgetown was 6 in a row after UPike had the first 4 of the half. 3 minutes in.
So they got back out to 15. That was a nice answer of a run.
Brown inside the Lehue, just led him to the baseline. They're going to say Omer was on the end line when he deflected it back in, so Pikeville will keep it with 11 on the shot clock.
They let Lehue just camp out in the lane. He tried to get position on Coffee, and he just stood there. Didn't even exit the lane to reestablish himself. Booma's got him this time.
They're trying to get Perry clear. They can't do it, and finally Brown has to go deep. Clock down to 10. Here is Perry going to work one-on-one with L.J. Cowherd. Now against Boomba. Perry stops. Boomba, good defense, and denies. And a foul is going to be called down low, and Brown will get whistled for his first.
Just put a hand in the back of Coffee and shoved him.
How about the good defense by Boomba and the discipline to stay down after Perry threw the shot fake up? Corbin Spencer into the game, also Darrell Dominic, as Parker will go out.
Going to go big across the front.
See if Georgetown spreads things out now with their guards.
Well, now you got a mismatch with Spencer, the freshman, guarding Cowherd.
They set a screen, and Spencer lost his balance. Cowherd gets a delay, and boy, that's lucky there for Georgetown. Coffee smacked the glass as the ball was on the rim. That could have easily been waved off. But as it is, Cowherd's the second Tiger to double figures. Spencer looking for somebody, has to find it out to Lehue deep. That is not his comfort zone. This is the comfort zone for Darrell Dominic. Coffee poked it away. 5-on-3 for Georgetown. Coffee taking it the whole way. And Pikeville needs time again. 10 straight for Georgetown, and the Tigers have their largest lead at 19.
Well,
again, Darren, transition defense.
He gets that look on his face or that body language. You and I know what he's getting ready to do. They have no idea. Or we think we know what he's getting ready to do.
Good timeout from Kelly Wells.
He doesn't have many left right now.
His team right now is in danger of getting run out of this gym. And we still have 16 minutes to go.
They're down 19 and long way to go, and they're leading scorer with 4 and only one made field goal.
Jordan Perry, 1 for 9.
Omer's got him now.
Spencer going to work against the senior L.J. Cowherd. Gets it safely out to Ramey. Now Perry.
Good communication.
Ramey from the elbow. That's good offense.
Yep. A good communication. You might have been able to pick up Chris Coffey saying, pick right. But good offense from UPike.
Ramey now with 5. Snaps the Georgetown 10-0 spurt. Conway all the way through the lane to Cowherd in the corner. Now back. 15 to shoot. Georgetown really spreading things out. They have Coffey buried in the top corner. Omer steps into a 3. Can't get it to go.
And nobody underneath the rebound.
Omer's now 0 for 4 from downtown. Here is Spencer the other way. Working against Omer, and a blocking foul will be called against Jake Omer. That is his second and the team's third. They will say it was on the floor. Of the guards for Georgetown, if you're going to attack one of them, I would say Omer's the guy to do it.
Well, I think at times Jake doesn't pay attention to the defensive end as well as he should at times because he's so good offensively.
Well, and I'm not saying to denigrate him. It's just to the side of Coward and Wales are so good on the defensive end. Lehue out deep. Boomba checking him. Dominic wants it on the block as he has Coffee pinned behind. Here he is. Spins to the baseline. What a terrific move, and a foul's going to be called on Coffee. As I say, got him with the body.
Yeah, great. But I tell you what, you're going to call it down him like Coach Cal. You're going to call it one end, you got to call it on the other. They bodied up Conway on the same kind of a drive on the other end the previous trip. So you got to be, if you're Georgetown, saying, hey, it's okay down here. You call it on my man down here. But let's get the same call on the other end.
It does put Darrell Dominic at the line, and that's the one you want shooting if you're a Georgetown fan. Dominic badly missed 2 free throws in the first half. One of them, in fact, was an air ball.
Yeah, looked like he been shot right out of the air.
He's a 32% shooter on the year, 8 for 25. And again, like Darren said, the form here is not bad. That's not a bad-looking stroke.
No, it's not. But it's coming off his hand on the side, too. That's another issue that you see. I mean, everything he's got is good. I can't explain it.
That one is good.
Those both look exactly like the 2 he missed in the first half. It's just, I don't know if when he gets to the top of his release and all of a sudden creeps in his mind, oh no, or whatever. I mean, it's hard to say.
5 minutes gone by in the second half. Georgetown still comfortably ahead. Long way to go, though. And Omer gets called for the walk. 6th Georgetown turnover. And that one unforced. Kelly Wells has now lost the tie on the U-Pike sideline. Chris Briggs still dapper from head to toe.
Yeah, but I tell you what, he's still got to go a little ways to go, Kelly Wells, because 2 buttons would be down by now for Happy Osborne. Shirt tail would be hanging out. 1 shoe would be on. Got a ways to go, Kelly.
Spencer. Now to Dominic. Inside. Great hesitation move. Fake to the baseline, spun the other way.
The same call they called Omer with the little shuffle of the foot when he did do the little spin. Same thing.
Dominic with 10. And U-Pike now with a few in a row here. And a moving screen is going to get called against Hugo Boomba.
Same. I tell you what. Right now, Georgetown, Chris Briggs might want to call a timeout just to get his team together because right now, I don't know what has happened, but they have all of a sudden started calling touchy stuff. You've let it go on both ends.
6 straight now for U-Pike. Here's Spencer. They want to get it inside to Dominic. And it's interesting watching them run through him. That pass was telegraphed, got deflected out to Ramey. Here is Dominic again. And now one-on-one with Coffee. Conway poked it. Dominic got it back.
That's a charge!
Inside, they'll lay it off to Lehue, who missed the lay-in.
Oh, wow.
Coward's gimpy. Looks like he might be cramping up.
Maybe. And I
they're
tell
going
you,
to stop play.
He's got a cramp in that both calves.
Both calves.
Yeah. But I tell you what, he threw that elbow into Coffee, who had stood his ground. And we saw this from LJ last year in this game, this very game against Pikeville. Of course, in the air, it gets hung up. Now,
they're going to have to
Wells did a nice job coming in and spelling him in the first half.
They're going to ask him to do it again here.
Yep, and he's going to probably have to stay there for a little while because there's no telling how long that cramp will be taking to get out.
13:50 remaining.
Sorry about that, partner, a minute ago, but I tell you, as a coach, you get frustrated when your defender does a nice job.
U-Pike has scored the last 6. Here is Conway working inside. Floater over Ramey. Soft touch.
Yep, good job. It went back to the guy that's a senior, been there, done that against the true freshman.
That's a veteran coaching move by Chris Briggs as well, sensing the momentum starting to change just a little bit. Inside, Boomba swats it away, but the shot on Parody gets called for the walk. It has just been a nightmare of a night for Jordan Perry. He's now 1 for 10.
This gym has been a nightmare for him in his career. And I don't know, this year, do they start that newfangled pod thing in the postseason?
Oh, that's not till next year.
Okay. That's what I was asking.
And there, Spencer bumps Wales from behind. What Darren is referring to is that next year in NAIA, it will go from 2 divisions down to 1. It will be 1 big division, and the postseason tournament will feature 64 teams as opposed to the traditional 32. And the first 2 rounds of the tournament will be played at host sites, at school host sites.
Seeds.
At the higher seeds. Yeah. And the final 16 teams remaining will then go to Kansas City to finish things out. That's next year.
I don't like that, really.
Conway. Oh, boy. He has 25. They have no answer for him, and he knows it.
Wow.
57-39.
Well, they showed the freshman, hey, I can step out. I can take you on the drive.
Spencer had room. Dominic out wide. Going to try and just barrel his way to the rim and threw it back. Perry somehow came away with it. Now down to Lehue. Lehue, fall away from 8. Soft touch.
Nice move. But I'll take that jump hook from 10 from him than I will from 3.
12:20 remaining. 16-point lead. UPike has just not been able to string possessions together on either side of the floor to get themselves back into the ball game. Conway just going to bully Spencer all the way into the paint and may have gotten hit on the way up. Boomba trying to keep it alive. Spencer eventually gets it. Spencer, nice look inside to Perry. Out to Ramey. Big shot for UPike. Well short. Coffee. 3 on
Look
none.
out.
Guess what he's going to do? That's another double-double for Chris Coffey.
Omer and Boomba just said, heck with he ain't passing. He's going to go for a dunk.
But you also saw 5 orange shirts make no effort to go back.
Now they got to half court and stopped.
59-41, under 12 minutes to go. Here is Jordan Perry. Lehue going to try a 15-footer, not there. Dominic, the only one on the weak side, misses the lay-in. Lehue lost it. Dominic has it, and fouled by Wales. That'll be the second on Jaquay Wales, the 6th against Georgetown. It'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. Georgetown remains in control of this top 4 showdown. They lead Pikeville 59-41 on stretch. Has been in control throughout this showdown with Pikeville.
I think since the 5-minute mark gone in the first half, Georgetown's established control of this one and just kind of answering any UPike run right now. Now, for Georgetown fans out there watching at home or at a restaurant or wherever you're watching, UPike is going to make another run. Can Georgetown answer that?
A couple of updates from Mid-South play. Life has moved ahead of Lindsey Wilson late in the second half, 54-49. Shawnee State pulling away from Thomas More, leading by 14 with 12 to go there. Dominic, again, just calling everybody off, saying, let me handle it.
He changed pivot feet.
And misses the shot. Boomba has it for the Tigers.
Yeah, he changed pivot feet there and got away with it, but a nice job by Chris Coffey to play man straight up.
Wales, good job by Spencer to stay with him. Now back out to Omer. Coward's still on the bench, dealing with those cramping issues.
Looks better than he did a moment ago, though.
Omer picks up his dribble, 10 to shoot, and throws it away. Nobody came to get the ball. Ramey going to try and go the other way, and he'll lay it in.
Again, like I talked in the women's game, don't pick your dribble up after using it not to go anywhere.
59-43, and the Pikeville contingent trying to will any kind of momentum towards their side. Wales inside, blocked away from behind by Spencer. 15 to shoot.
Wales has to feel Spencer on his back and just kind of lean back into him as he goes for his shot.
Wales will inbound now, quickly to Coffey and back. Now Conway around a screen. Good closeout by Ramey. Conway trying to split through everyone and lays it in.
27 for him now. Huh?
Even a year ago, Conway didn't have that move in his repertoire.
Here comes
LJ. Conway's asking for a breather. Perry backs out. He's just not had it today. Lehue can't get it into Dominic because of good defense by Boomba. Here is Perry this time. Boomba went straight up. Perry finally gets one to go. Just his second basket on 11 tries. 61-45, midway through the second half. Omer walks. Savvy move by the freshman Spencer to kind of pull the rug out from Omer behind.
Yeah.
9th turnover for Georgetown.
Now the official telling Omer, screaming at him, as a matter of fact, what's wrong with you? Give the other official the ball. He was looking for an official to give it to. Don't know what that was all about, but oh well.
Corbin Spencer with it. Has not attempted a shot, but I think he's filled in pretty effectively for the Parker and Barton, who've been saddled with foul trouble.
Now Barton's got 4. Good job.
And Perry tried to shuffle it out. It went off Coward's knee, sticking with the Bears. 15 on the shot clock.
Hey, Perry got to think that Georgetown has like 10 defenders out there. It's been Cowherd, it's been Omer, it's been Wales.
And what's interesting
it's
is
been Conway.
Those guys save Conway. He has the height advantage to rise up over the top. He's just chosen not to do it. Here's Spencer. Gets a big screen from Dominic. Weaves all the way through the lane. Coward now works on Perry. Shot clock down to 5. Perry got a little bit of space inside and can't get it to go. Boomba punched it out, but right to Ramey.
That crossover, he got underneath the basketball and he does it with his left hand more than he does. Oh, wow.
Boomba's going to get called for the foul down low, battling with Leahy. That's Boomba's 3rd, and more importantly, the team's 7th.
Yeah, and again, I mean, here's what you've let that go on both ends and let them battle for position inside and made it a big man's game inside. And now you, coming out of the locker room, you reversed that the way you're going to call it now.
Jake Omer heads out. Conway back in. Tough night for Omer, just 7 points, and has had a few turnovers as well.
Yeah, but, I mean, there are going to be nights where he's just going to go off on somebody.
Jacob Conway has more than picked up the slack. He has 27. Leahy misses the free throw. Yeah, but Coffey lost it from behind. Boy, this J.J. Ramey is an impressive-looking freshman. Stealing a possession back after Leahy missed the foul shot. Dominic trying to bully his way into the lane. Somehow got a shot up. It's no good. Leahy's tap no good. Second ever good in the foul.
I tell you what, right now Georgetown getting bullied, but I'm telling you now, again, what I said, the most 3 important guys were the guys in the stripes, and they've come right out of the locker room, and they're letting things go that should be letting go, but then I didn't see much contact there. I think they called it on Coffey. They did. That's his 3rd. Now, I didn't see much contact there to be warning a foul.
That is 8 fouls against Georgetown in the half, just 3 against UPike, and Chris Briggs is going to take a timeout.
Yeah. And I thought Briggs was going to lose his shirt, his jacket over that final sequence there, but he kept it on. I mean, you're still up 14, but right now you got to, if you're Georgetown, you got to be careful. You're
got 2.
Rainey's got 1, I know.
Rainey's got 1, and Parker hit 1.
That's right.
Early in the first half.
Early.
But Georgetown has elected to play straight up man-to-man, and it's allowing the size and strength of Dominic and Leahy to get easy post position and get those entry feeds inside and go to work and start drawing some of these fouls the way they have. And because of that, to your point, it's put the Georgetown bigs in a little bit of foul trouble. And again, Georgetown has just 8 in uniform, and the 8th is Omari Tyler, and he does not see the floor unless games get out of hand. So you're really only working with 7 bodies because you don't have Posh in uniform tonight.
Well, you got 8 bodies in uniform because you have Jones. You got 7, you're right.
Well, that's what I mean with Omari Tyler likely not to see the floor tonight unless something crazy happens. But Leahy with a free throw is good. He has 15. The lead is down to 13.
Well, and here's the thing. Georgetown has gotten a little stagnant offensively, but, again, you're allowing a lot of contact in the lane, and then you're calling certain things which really – throw you off defensively.
Coward working against the freshman Spencer behind the screen. Coward let it fly.
Don't need that one.
Boomba got on the weak side. May got away with a push, and then a beautiful move on the up and under. If they don't call it play on, Hugo Boomba with a veteran move for his first basket.
Well, if they don't call it on one end, try it on the other, see what happens. We got a break.
63-48. Spencer checked by Wales late. Here is Dominic. This is essentially a 2-man game right now. Ramey wants to get involved, and he does.
Conway cannot back off of him. He just showed he can shoot the shot with nobody in his face. They can put it on the floor.
Now has 10. It's down to 12. 8 minutes remaining. Coward just bullies Spencer. I like that move from Coward. We hadn't seen that much from him, but I like that move going right at the freshman Spencer. L.J. Coward now with 12.
I think he probably should have gotten the and one, too, because Spencer reached in right as he started to elevate.
Dominic. Try and work his way down the lane. Spin on Coffey. Coffey holding his ground. Right-hander good from Dominic. Right now, there's just nothing Chris Coffey can do.
How about we saw a zone earlier in the year from Georgetown against, was it Washington Adventist? How about throwing that out for maybe a trip or two?
Coward in the lane as Spencer tried to draw the foul. Open space for Wales. Over to Coffey. He doesn't want the jumper. That's not his game. Conway backs out and says, Hugo, come give me a screen. Conway working on Perry. Can't get it to go. Boomba gets the rebound, though. And Georgetown can reset.
See, I don't like this 20-second thing. If you get an offensive rebound, reward your offense with 30 seconds.
Coward misses a lane after the blow-by of Spencer. Perry, this side, hesitation. Swatted away by Hugo Boomba. Perry on the baseline and calls time. Big minutes for Hugo Boomba on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I thought Perry might have been standing on that baseline down there. There wasn't a whole lot of room for him to corral that ball.
It had to have been an inch at most. He was down there on the sideline.
Battle with some foul trouble.
What's interesting, too, is U-Pike's chipping away at this with a freshman backcourt in Corbin Spencer and J.J. Ramey. Jazz Parker went out in the first few minutes. We have not seen him return. DeAndre Barton has not returned since picking up his fourth foul.
Well, he's only got 3 fouls, and I think maybe this might be a little teaching tool.
Long pass back. I think Ramey's looked very composed here in his first game at Georgetown.
Well, Conway, has backed off of him now. Whoa, what's Conway doing
Conway
there?
lost Ramey for a second. Spencer's going to take a three. And no good. Not sure that's the shot Kelly Wells wants. Spencer's
not out of the timeout, especially.
Not an outside threat. He's just 4 out of 14 on the year. 65-53, 6:30 to go. Things have certainly tightened up on both sides. Wales working two-man game with Coffey. Over there and deflected away by Ramey. Again, he's been right there.
Wales got to understand, that's not a pass there. Throw it up thing to the rim. Let Coffey go get it.
U-Pike can get it to 10 or even single digits here with the bucket. They're looking for Lehue, and here he is, and poked away by Jaquay Wales.
Hey,
and out.
That should be an intentional.
Wales was running the other way, and the officials are going to send the teams to their benches and discuss this. Dominic just reached out and grabbed the waist of Wales.
To me, that's an easy call. That is now look, Georgetown did exactly what the officials asked them.
They're going to call it, and they have called it.
Yeah. And that's 2 shots and the ball for Georgetown.
They called the flagrant one on Dominic, so it's 2 shots and the ball.
That was an easy call. I mean, I don't know what you had to confer about. I mean, that was out in the open where everybody saw it.
Conway will shoot him for Georgetown. He has a season-high 28 points. This is Conway's highest point total game since he set his career high 2 years ago against Ohio Chillicothe when he went for 35.
It was a quiet 35, too. We looked on the score sheet. We went 35. Really?
He now has 29 here.
We knew he had a lot, but we didn't think 35.
So Georgetown will also get the ball after the flagrant one intentional called against Darrell Dominic. Just his second foul of the ball game. 6 minutes to go.
That was a big turnover, too, for Georgetown.
And Omer posted up, got deflected, but right to Coffey. And Coffey, the foul going to be called on the floor before Coffey went up. It'll be on Dominic again. That'll be his 3rd and the team's 5th. But a break for the Bears because Coffey was able to finish the play. So it'll be Georgetown's ball out of the timeout. 5:51 remaining. Georgetown still at arm's length away from Pikeville, leading 67-53 on stretch. You're getting a look at Hugo Boomba, who's had to fill in admirably really the last 12 minutes without Kyron Jones on the floor, who's been saddled with 4 fouls. And one of the better games we've seen from Hugo Boomba in a Tiger uniform tonight. He's made some clutch plays on both ends.
Now tell me, Kyron Jones, Hugo Boomba, I'd feel fortunate to walk down with a bag full of money.
Conway has it in the corner, working against Ramey. Senior against freshman, kicks it out to Coffey. Chris Coffey wants to work one-on-one with Darrell Dominic, trying to body him up, and that's not going to work.
No, it's not a good shot. It's not what Coffey would.
Chris Briggs turned his back and saying, why?
Oh, it's a carry. Got up underneath of it, did Rainey there.
Here is Dominic inside. Up. Finish can't go, though. Coffey pulls down his 14th rebound.
That's been a quiet 14, though.
He has had a quiet night, really, on both ends. Coward tried to bullet pass down low. Leahy deflected it away.
And a fumble on the male cheerleader in the end zone. He should got to catch that clean if you're trying to protect the young lady in front of you, right?
It's two hands, young fella.
Yeah, well, he had 2 hands. Stone him.
Coward going to try a baseline jumper off the inbound and knocks it down.
That's just a simple play. All you do is inbound it, get the handoff, and they go underneath the screen.
14 now for Coward. It's
Quick answer.
Stretch back out to 16.
6-0 run for the Tigers.
Here is Parker, who has returned after a lengthy absence. Now down to Leyhue. Leyhue has to give it out. Good defense from Boomba. Parker with the right hand breaks it off and knocks down the jumper. Beautiful move by Jazz Parker. He has 10.
That little jab step between the feet of Omer to set him free.
4:40 to go. Coward tries to answer, rolls off. Dominic with it.
Yeah, we don't need to shoot jump shots.
Homer knocks that one away as Pikeville was attempting to run with Perry, but that's a shot Pike will let Georgetown have.
You don't need to shoot that. You've been getting to the rim. You don't. If you're Pikeville, you don't want to play 30 seconds worth of defense. And we took a shot with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Especially now under 5 minutes left in the game. You can afford to be a little more patient with a 16-point lead. Parker working against Omer with a left hand. Cut off by Omer and out to Perry. Coward right in his grill. Coward just will not let him even breathe. And Perry trying to work through. Shot clock under 10. He's chasing him all the way out to the midcourt line. Down to 5, and Coward's going to get called for a bump on the drive.
I tell you what.
That's Coward's first and the team's 9th.
And again,
now
you're allowing Pikeville to get back here at the foul line.
Jordan Perry will go to the line. 2 for 2 from the line tonight. 2 for 13 from the field. Just 6 points for the Bears' leading scorer on the year, and the free throw is not even close.
Oh, boy, he bricked that one bad.
Not even close.
This doesn't look like the Jordan Perry we saw as a freshman. I mean, his release is all weird tonight on.
And it's been amazing because he's been so good coming into this one. Omer with the left hand stumbled a bit, and they're going to call him with a carry. They're saying he pinned it on his hip and put it back down. It's actually a double dribble.
Well, again, Georgetown going one-on-one, but here's the thing. You called a bump on that end. I thought Omer got bumped a couple of times trying to turn the corner, and you don't call that. This is what kills me about that freedom of movement rule.
That's 12 turnovers for Georgetown, and Jake Omer, off the top of my head, had somewhere around half of them.
I would say at least 4, for sure.
Parker in the corner. They want it to Leyhue, but Boomba's standing him up. Here is Leyhue this time. Coward knocked it away. They kick it back out. Barton now back in. Here's Leyhue again. And this time a foul will be called down low on Boomba.
But see, again, Leyhue just lowered that shoulder, displaced Boomba, and that's what I'm talking about. You continue to allow one end to do that, and the other you're calling the lowering of the shoulder and displacing. So this is where that rule drives me insane.
Boomba picks up his 4th. Kyron Jones at the scorer's table. We have not seen him since the 17-minute mark when he picked up his 4th.
We said he would sit for a while.
You have Boomba likely about to check out after this free throw with 4 fouls to be replaced by Jones, who has 4 fouls. The other post player, the only other one for Georgetown, Chris Coffey, has 3 as Leyhue hits point number 16. Boomba walking off. Head down. I think he's just frustrated more than anything else.
If I'm him, I am, because they tell you to stand your ground and allow, for some contact, but you can't put your hand on him. You can't use your leg to move him, and then you get a foul call because you stand your ground and he lowers his shoulder to you.
Leyhue with 17, 12-point lead with 3:25 remaining.
And it's been the same official who has changed his way of calling that down low.
Conway wants to post up on Ramey. Spin move to the baseline, but a good job to double team by Parker. Conway picked up the dribble, nowhere to go with it, and Omer takes it deep. They get it back to Conway, working the baseline again. Spin move. Ramey held his ground, but he's going to get called for the foul with the forearm. It'll put Jacob Conway on the line.
Now, that's the call I've been talking about. But see, there wasn't much contact there from Ramey.
No.
So if I'm Ramey and Kelly Wells, I'm going, what? So, I mean, this is why I talked about that in the Cumberland's game that night. Simplify the rule to quit making it so difficult on officials to determine what's the freedom of movement and what's not. I think that's the only way to go.
Conway now with the second 30-point game of his career. Dominic and Perry re-enter the fray with 3:05 to go. Leahue's going to come out along with Ramey. So you figure the ball's going to go inside to Dominic at some point, likely on this coming possession. Jacob Conway at the line. He's been fabulous all night long. He has 31 points.
Coffee almost got Barton, even though Conway made the shot, almost got Barton to make a lane violation by flinching.
Here is Perry. Now Barton.
You can't let Perry get a look at an open three. Good job by LJ.
Staying with him the entire time.
He had to go around outside to get around that screen from Dominic.
Here is Dominic. Coffey's giving him space.
He discarded with that off arm.
Right hand not there. Coffey down on the floor, and they'll say out of bounds. Chris Coffey was. Pikeville will keep it.
Did you see that little nudge with the right arm that Dominic did? He backed Coffey in. Coffey didn't give ground, so he took that little right arm and discarded him just to get enough space to get the shot off.
Right down there in front of Happy Osborne, you can see in the gray sweater.
Well, there was a row of legends there a moment ago at halftime. Happy Osborne, Susan Johnson, and Bill Cronin. I mean, when I say legends, that are three legendary coaches in the history of Georgetown College athletics.
Sitting there with the Mid-South Conference Commissioner Eric Ward checking out today's action.
And then the other legend in his own mind, I know he's down at Hilton Head. Flash, shame on you for not showing up to the U-Pike Georgetown game. Shame on you.
Here's Perry. Now to Dominic.
Stay right there. Stay there.
Little outside of his comfort zone, and Barton gets a screen. Barton, no-look feed down low to Dominic, and Conway trying to poke it away from behind. Gets called for the whistle.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Conway's second. Georgetown already over the 10-foul limit.
The guy you want to foul is Dominic, but I tell you what, Dominic got himself in trouble by not catching the pass, but that was a bullet from Barton. That was either catch it or it's going to hit you in your nose. And he did catch it.
Catch it with your hands or catch it with your face.
And he almost caught it with the nose instead of just and it's just, but you can't reward, if you're an official, you can't reward the guy for not catching the ball cleanly when it's a loose ball like that. It didn't affect the play.
Free throw left short by Dominic. He's now 2 for 5. 2:25 remaining. Pikeville needs all the points it can get right now. The second one is good. Dominic now with 13.
Well, it's 3 of 6 in the line, right?
He is. 13-point Georgetown lead with 2:20 remaining.
Make Pikeville play defense for 30 seconds.
Conway into the body of Dominic. Can't finish. Coffey's putback attempt is no good, but he is fouled by Brown on the challenge.
Well, again, we talk about not, letting one thing go on the other end. I thought, was that Dominic that actually bodied up Conway and bodied him all the way through the shot, and you don't call a foul? That's what I'm talking about. That's where this rule drives me insane. I'm glad they didn't have the rule back when I played, because there would be nobody left on either side to do that.
Some more perspiration on the floor as multiple bodies hit the floor that time. Chris Coffey is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, I'm proud of Happy Osborne because he stayed here from the beginning till the end so far. He's close. He's got 2 minutes to go.
Coffey with 10 points to go along with a game-high 16 rebounds.
I will give everybody an update if he jets before this thing is over, this last 2 minutes and 10. I'm betting he will. I know Happy Osborne.
One update from Mid-South Conference play. Life gets a badly needed win as they eventually pull away from Lindsey Wilson as Coffey misses the first. Life defeats Lindsey Wilson by a score of 72-57. Just the 4th loss on the year for Lindsey Wilson. Life snaps a 6-game losing streak. Elsewhere, Shawnee State has knocked off Thomas More by a score of 64-49. So the Bears now go to 2-1 in league play. Thomas More drops to 0-2. Coffee does hit the second.
Now we're going to get Wales in to give Ulmer a little break. We may go defense to offense with that, maybe, you think?
Georgetown with a win today, now with the Lindsey Wilson loss, would be the only remaining unbeaten left at Mid-South Conference play. And some teams are 2 games in, some teams are 3 games in.
Good job.
Shows you how good this league is.
Good job by Jock Way to move his feet.
Dominic inside. Coffee pulled the rug out. They wanted to walk, won't get it. Parker airballs a 3.
And now we get a mugging and no call either. Jeez.
And L.J. Coward says, hang on.
Good rebound by Conway.
Let's slow things down.
If you're Pikeville, you got to start possibly fouling here.
I'm surprised we didn't see around maybe the 3 or 4 minute mark Pikeville start to pick the pressure up. Here's Coffee. Cut off. Tried to bounce feed down low to Jones. Jones got caught in a double team and kicked it back out. Shot clock down to 5. Jones set the screen. Wales is going to have to create something in the lane, and he is fouled by Camara as the shot clock is expiring. And now Chris Coffee is slow to get up.
He took a shot to the
I think he took a shot
abdomen.
took a shot there to the abdomen or the groin area. Not sure there, but Camara commits a foul as the shot clock's expiring. Jacquay Wales will go to the line.
And Booma getting ready to come in, I think, for Coffee. That's one of those that Chris Briggs asked him what was wrong, and Coffee told him. Briggs said, oh, you'll be all right.
Wales, just his 4th game of the season, missed a lot of time in the first semester due to injury.
Yep.
He's just 2 for 4 with the line on the year.
Barrett Meyer trying to keep the stone-cold face as Chris Coffey's talking to him about what happened.
Barrett Meyer and assistant coach Bryce Carlton,
they're
just shaking their heads.
Yeah, it's not. And Barrett's doing the best he can to keep the smile from his face.
Bryce Carlton sitting right next to Chris Coffey. He's not having it. He already knows how things are with Coffey.
Well, he dropped his head down like, oh, Lord. You know.
Wales, the only Tiger who has seen the floor tonight not to score. Let's see if we can change that here with this foul shot.
Coffey trying to get sympathy.
No. There you are.
Neither assistant coach is biting.
1:15 to go. Georgetown that far away from moving to 12-0 on the year and sitting atop the Mid-South Conference.
I knew this would be a war, and it has been just that physically.
Camara cut off by Jones, now to Lehue. Spencer working against Conway, and a foul is going to be called as Wales went for the steal. They're going to get Conway with the body contact. That was really take your choice with the foul.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The guy standing 5 feet from the basket or from the play was watching it closely and intently, and a guy 50 feet away makes the call. You know, I don't know what he saw from 50 feet. Happy's up, so with less than a minute, he's trying to sneak out of here.
Spencer gets the free throw for his first point. Brady Schmidt checks into the game for the first time, the 6'3 senior from Louisville.
Here comes Omari Tyler.
Luke Lehue checks out, and it looks like Kelly Wells cleaning out the end of his bench, and Georgetown a limited bench, but they're going to get Omari Tyler in. Jacob Conway leaves. A brilliant night for him. The second best scoring output of his career with 31 points. As Spencer hits the second.
I'm going to tell him he should have had 36.
1 minute to go, 73-60.
Conway should have had 36. Should have had the 3 at the end of the first half. He missed a couple of layups. He should have had a new career high. He played great tonight, though, did Jacob. But where I was more impressed with him was on the defensive end.
Chris Briggs about to go to 9-0 in this gymnasium against Kelly Wells. 40 seconds to play. Coward over to Tyler, now back to Jones. Shot clock down to 5. Here is Coward. Coward right around Des Brown. Brown, good recovery for the block, and Camara comes away with it. 25 seconds to play. Spencer stops at the foul line, gives back to Brady Schmidt. Gets called for dragging the pivot foot. 14th Pikeville turnover,
I'm not sure that was a walk.
That should likely do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a walk.
Georgetown is going to hold Pikeville to 60 points and move to 12-0 on the year. And most importantly, 2-0 in the league. UPike will lose its first of the year, go to 14-1 and 2-1 in the league.
But you got 2 really critical road games coming up for the Tigers over the next 2.
Jacob Conway, 31. The defense for Georgetown holds U-Pike to 40% from the floor, and the Bears' leading scorer, Jordan Perry, to just 6 points on 2 out of 13 shooting. But as we said, Darren, now to your point with the women's, similar to the women's game, with the men, got to put